Hello everyone, I'm Bidhan Krishna, PGT English teacher, and welcome to Bidhan English and Motivation. In today's video, we are going to explore one of the most inspiring and emotional chapter of class 10th CBSE NCERT, First Flight, from the diary of Anne Frank. This is not just a chapter for your examination. It's a true story of a 13-year-old girl whose diary became one of the most powerful voice in the history of the world. In this video, we will understand what is the basic idea or the heart of the lesson. Second, why did Anne Frank feel lonely despite having a loving family? Third, why did she start writing a diary? And number fourth, and what valuable life lesson can we learn from her experiences? Now let's come to the very first thing. We are going to discuss the basic idea or the heart of the lesson. Before we study the chapter in deeply, let's first understand its central idea. Anne Frank was a 13-year Jewish girl. She lived in Amsterdam, the Netherlands, with her father, Otto Frank, her mother, Edith Frank, and her elder sister, Margot Frank. She studied at a Montessori school in Amsterdam, where she had many classmates and friends. However, despite of having a loving family, many friends, Anne felt lonely because she had no one with whom she could share her deepest thoughts and feelings. She wanted a true confidant, someone who would listen to her without judging her. Therefore, she started writing a diary and named it Kitty. She treated her diary as her true friend and poured out her emotions, fears, hopes, and dreams into it. So the heart of the lesson is that true friendship is not about having many people around us. It is about having someone who truly understands you and with whom you can freely share your personal feelings and secrets. This chapter also teaches us the importance of emotional support, self-expression, and hope. Even during the difficult period of World War II, where Anne and her family were forced to live in hiding because of Nazis who were persecuting Jewish people, dear students, diary was not just a book. It became her voice, her closest companion, and the safest place where she could express her thoughts without any fear. Moreover, this is not a fictional story. It is based on a real diary of Anne Frank, making it one of the most authentic and inspiring autobiographical account and work in the world of literature. And now the central message in the lesson is every human being needs love, understanding, and someone they can trust completely. When we express our feelings, instead of hiding them, we become emotionally stronger. And now let's move into the next aspect of the video. Why did Anne feel alone? At first glance, this may sound surprising. Anne had a loving father, Otto Frank, caring mother, Edith Frank, an elder sister, Margot Frank, and many friends in the Montessori school in Amsterdam. Then why she did feel lonely? The answer is very simple. Anne was not physically alone. She was emotionally alone. She believed that although she had many friends, most of them were only casual friends. Friends with whom we can simply chat, laugh, and spend time, but could not share our deepest feelings, personal problems, or our secrets. Dear students, with casual friends, we cannot have trust. We cannot trust them enough to share our deepest thoughts and secrets. So Anne had so many friends in school, all casual friends. They laughed together, they played together, they spent time together. But she could not share her deepest thoughts, personal feelings, fears, or secrets with them, and wanted a true confidant, someone who would understand her completely, listen to her patiently, never judge her, and keep her secret safe. Unfortunately, she felt that no such person existed in her life. As a result, she often felt lonely from within. To overcome these emotions, to overcome this loneliness, she began writing diary and named it Kitty. The diary became her closest friend, truest friend, a silent listener with whom she could freely express everything that was in her heart. So Anne did not feel alone because she lacked people around her. She felt alone because she lacked people or person to whom she could trust completely. This teaches us that real friendship is based on not the numbers of friends we have, but on trust, understanding, and honest communication. And teaches us that having hundreds of friends is not important. Even one trustworthy friend is enough if that person understands you completely. A person may live in a crowd but still feel lonely and was surrounded by people. Yet she experienced emotional loneliness. She hadn't true companion, or you can say true friend, and wanted conversation that went beyond everyday gossips. She longed for someone who could understand her inner words, inner feelings in nutshells, and did not need more friends, quantity, but quality. She needed only one true friend with whom she could share anything and everything without any fear, without any shame, freely, frankly, honestly, boldly. And that friend that she could not find in any physical human being, but in her diary pages that she named Kitty. Here she has personified her diary and she has valued it as a human being. So now let's discuss another valuable point in this video. Why does Anne write a diary? Anne writes a diary because she feels that she has no true companion. She had no one with whom she could freely share her inner thoughts, personal feelings, fears, secrets. And now she has somebody. That is a diary on whom she could confide and pour anything and everything, because she believed that paper has more patience than people. And in its pages, she had expressed anything and everything that she could not say to anyone. For Anne, the diary is not a notebook. It is trusted friend, a silent listener, and the safest place for her heart. So here we see that expressing our feeling is healthier. Everyone needs one person or a safe space where they can pour completely, honestly, without any fear of judgment, and believed that people often hear our words, but very few understands our heart. She wanted someone who would never interrupt her, never judge her, never betray her secrets, and would patiently listen to everything that she wanted to say. And that diary would do all that. Unlike people, diary would never criticize, never argue, never reveals our secrets. It silently listens to every joy, every fear, every dream, and every sorrow. Anne's diary became the place where she could be her real self without wearing a fake mask.